Hello there, good afternoon. Welcome to join us on Mimimefo Info, Cameroon News Agency, and other platforms that are streaming live over 8 platforms. This is the Mimimefo Info initiative, and we'll be joining many other persons live. Together with me is Bernard Ngalim. With him, we will be looking at the protests, peaceful protests that have been called by opposition leader Issa Tchiroma Bakary across the nation and beyond in the diaspora. Our reporters are on the ground. Our guests are here. Our analysts are on standby. They will be telling us more about this. Bernard Ngalim, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Hansen. Happy to be back with you on this platform on a day lovers of democracy will consider a very important day in Cameroon, and lovers of change would consider historic, while people who consider change as a threat to them would consider today a threat. But what stands is clear. Cameroonians have made their voice very clear. Cameroonians want a new direction for their country, and Issa Tchiroma Bakary, whom others see as a politician and some see as the president, and I see him as a cross bearer because he's come over to carry the cross that he created, that he contributed to create. He's carrying that cross over to Mount Calvary. We accompany him to carry Cameroon over to Mount Calvary, where our redemption is going to be. Christians look up to the cross of Jesus, onto his crucifixion as the source and the salvation of humanity. That is where Issa Tchiroma Bakary is taking up to. No doubt, his name is Issa.
Definitely, and we'll be taking our viewers across the globe. Mimimefo is on standby in London. We shall also be having people from different countries and different regions in Marwa. We shall be getting from Mando Dairo the situation in Marwa near the North region. We shall also be going to the Northwest region, to the Littoral region, to the Central region, and across the other regions to see what's happening, Bernard, because today Issa Tchiroma Bakary called everyone to come out and have a peaceful protest to send a strong message to the Constitutional Council that tomorrow's declaration of the winner of the 2025 presidential elections should be the person whom the people voted for on the 12th of October.
You know, since 1992, with the reintroduction of multi-party politics in Cameroon, one thing has been clear. Observers have held that elections have now been free, fair, and transparent. And this year, despite the voter apathy and the reluctance by many citizens to register to vote, the few who registered gained the momentum, and Tchiroma brought in that anxiety that encouraged people to register, to vote, and to secure their votes. So the question is now, would the Constitutional Council read the verdict that Cameroonians are expecting? But from every indication, the outcome of the National Vote Counting Commission doesn't reflect what others saw on the elections day. What Tchiroma has published as the authentic tally sheets, report sheets, available from the various polling stations. So Cameroonians going out to the streets today to celebrate Tchiroma's victory on one hand is also a call on the institutions to ditch, to throw away, to flush the fabricated results so that the authentic results can be read and Cameroonians would believe that their voices have been respected.
And Bernard, a while ago, we're talking about Tchiroma's video in which he said he was saved by whistleblowers as there was an attempt to extract him from his Garwa residence. I know you are aware of that, Bernard.
Absolutely. And I was questioning myself, if you say you won the elections, why arrest Anissa Ekane? Why arrest Jekam Chameni? Why pick up Fabrice Lena? Why arrest all these people and threaten others with arrest, and to the extent of kidnapping your main challenger? That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't translate the message you are telling us. What you should have been telling us was people voted for you, so the minority who support Issa Tchiroma should be let free. Tchiroma should be let free, his advisors let free, and his supporters let free. That is the only way people can believe that you are convinced that you have the majority of Cameroonians behind you.
All right, maybe we'll listen to what Tchiroma said today, a very short video of about 2 minutes, 30 seconds. He reviews a lot of things in this video, Bernard.
Thank you.
Chers compatriotes, bonjour. Je voudrais ce matin partager très rapidement avec vous une information insolite qui aurait pu m'être fatale n'eût été la protection divine. Ce matin, j'ai été réveillé par des annonceurs qui ont attiré mon attention sur le fait que ma maison était lourdement envahie par une équipe de militaires et d'experts, l'objet étant de m'extirper de ma maison et de m'amener. Grâce à Dieu, grâce à cette information que j'ai reçue donc des lanceurs d'alerte, cette opération a été vouée à l'échec. Je voudrais donc remercier les uns et les autres pour leur contribution, car n'eût été donc cet avertissement persistant qu'ils m'ont adressé, peut-être que le pire aurait pu arriver. Je remercie donc les lanceurs d'alerte et merci pour leur contribution. Mais merci également à toutes les populations aujourd'hui qui constituent la chaîne humaine de protection de mon intégrité physique et de ma protection. Merci beaucoup. Demeurons vigilants. Cette conspiration, dont l'objet était donc de m'extirper de ma maison, de m'amener à une destination qui leur est connue, qu'est-ce qu'ils allaient en faire de moi? Est-ce que c'est pour m'emprisonner, pour me tuer? Je ne sais pas. Mais toujours est-il que cette conspiration a donc échoué. Je demande aux uns et aux autres de rester vigilants. Je voudrais également faire savoir à celui qui préside encore au destiné de cette nation, M. Biya, que le seul crime que j'ai commis aujourd'hui, c'est d'avoir gagné l'élection présidentielle. Il ne s'en accommode pas, mais telle est la volonté du peuple camerounais. Je resterai toujours fidèle à cet engagement, que le peuple sache que je lui resterai fidèle, et jusqu'à ce que l'objectif qu'ensemble nous nous sommes fixés dans le cadre du changement, que cet objectif-là soit atteint. Restez donc vigilants, restez conscients, sachez que je reste donc l'homme que vous avez choisi, sur qui vous avez jeté votre dévolu, et je m'engage donc à ce que l'objectif que nous nous sommes fixés soit réalisé. Merci aux lanceurs d'alerte, je vous remercie.
Bernard?
Yes, Hansen, that was very emotional and very stressful for onlookers. I was looking at his physique and excuse me. I was looking at his physique, and from his physique, you would notice that this man is exhausted. He is drained. The last 2 weeks or so after the elections have been extraordinarily tense for him. He's under threats. He doesn't know what is happening to his closest allies. Professor Abba Oyuno travels to Garoua and he's sent back to Yaoundé. The next moment he's arrested. Anissa Ekane and Jekam Chameni are arrested. And then we see some information like these are the gadgets or the weapons that were picked from their houses. That is really funny. It's really funny because this is the same script we saw during the Anglophone crisis, at the beginning of the Anglophone crisis, and that did not resolve anything. You remember when Agbobala, Fontem Neba, and Aya Abine of blessed memory were arrested, and then the rest flew away. Bobga Harmony, Tassam Wilfred, they all disappeared. That did not kill the movement. So this time around, I am not sure if that is going to kill the movement, but Tchiroma said he knows their tactics already and he is ready for them.
Yes, and when you look at it, I try to evaluate the previous videos and look at the background of the previous videos and the background of this one. You've seen that he is on alert, because standing up and talking means he's on alert. He's not more comfortable how he used to be, how he used to sit in the presidential mode and talk. He's on alert. And in my mind, he's not where he used to be. So it looks like he has also extracted himself. Issa Tchiroma could be playing also the long game of the regime. He knows what to do. He knows what to say. Last night he sent an audio and people were saying, why is he sending an audio? And today he sent a video in which he doesn't find himself in the position where he used to find himself, the position where we saw him after October 14. So definitely things might be coming up for Issa Tchiroma Bakary. But one thing people were asking that we should translate in English, the main thing he said is that he had information from whistleblowers that they were going to extract him from his home in Garoua. and that thanks to that information from whistleblowers, he was able to save himself. And also thanks to the human wall, he called it the human wall of the people of Garwa that have been at his residence, that it is thanks to their intervention and intervention of everyone that he was safe. I saw some whistleblowers who said that, who gave exact information of how a team from Yaoundé, from the DGRA left to extract Chiroma, but that they aborted the mission. We don't know if it was aborted or the mission was thwarted. Bernard, these two terminologies, do you have any insight on that?
You know, we cannot say whether it was aborted or it was thwarted. What we know is that it did not execute itself to its final end. And thanks to the notion of, or to the presence of whistleblowers in our political polity, this was brought to light. But the most important thing that Tchiroma might have not highlighted in his speech that I want us to notice this. Whistleblowers did not magically know from their residences that that plan was underway. Someone or some people within the circles of power definitely set up that information and informed the whistleblowers anonymously, and they leaked the information. So this is telling us that one way or the other, there are people in the house who are aware of the fact that Tchiroma is a legitimate winner, and they're doing everything to protect him. And we've heard about this over the last 1 week, where some military people refused to execute certain orders.
You're right. Mimi Mefo, we have been indicated that Mimi Mefo is live to London. Mimi Mefo, it must have been very strange being on the ground rather than in the studio.
No, it's not strange actually, because we are still talking about the same story. But hello, Hansen and Bernard. It's so great to see you on the other side. I'm coming live from Holland Park in London, the United Kingdom, where Cameroonians are already putting things together. You can see this is in front of the Cameroon High Commission in London, where they want to, take part in the nationwide protest called by Issa Tchiroma Bakary. We already have dozens of them already gathered here and putting things together. We know that it was supposed to start at 3 p.m. Cameroon time, and in London, actually, it's 2 p.m. It's a chilly weather today. I think that when I checked this morning, the temperature was about 5. And Cameroonians have been able to brave that cold, chilly weather to come out here to say no to what they have described as electoral fraud, and no to dictatorship, no to bad governance, no to President Paul Biya. I say so because I've seen one of their banners, and on that banner you can see they are saying no to dictators. So maybe we'll have to talk to one or two of them, but I'll have to first of all respond to some of your questions before we talk to the Cameroonians who are here, Bernard and Hansen.
Thank you so much, Mimi. Thank you for being on the ground for us. As Hansen said, it's strange not to have you on the panel, but you are right there. What are you seeing? Are many Cameroonians turning out there as opposed to the communication from the other side that Cameroonians are not interested in Tchiroma's calls for demonstrations today?
Yes, Cameroonians are out here. I met some. I will not want to show the faces of the children, but their mother was here with their father, and they told me that the children are here to also fight for their future. These are children who were born here in the UK, and their parents have thought it wise to bring them to come and see how their other uncles, their aunties, who are also here in the United Kingdom, are fighting for the future of the other children, fighting for their future to make sure that things are better for them when they are bigger. They can be able to return home to a country that will receive them, not just receive them well, but they can go back to Cameroon and study and get jobs in Cameroon, live there without being scared of insecurity, live in Cameroon peacefully, live in Cameroon, as a united country without any fear. So that was something that really stood out for me, to see young children. Like I said, I would not want to show their faces for security reasons, but they're also here with their parents. But we have a lot of people that are already here gathered. I'm going to talk to one or two of them, but very just shortly after have discussed with you. But yes, they're coming. We can see them coming from all over. Some people traveled all the way from Birmingham, others from Derby, others from Manchester to come to London. That's like 2 or 3 hours drive away. Like you're traveling from Douala to Yaoundé just to be here, because this is the only Cameroon High Commission that exists in the United Kingdom. So they are here. They started coming even before it was 2 p.m., which is 3 p.m. Cameroon time. And yes, you can see how they are putting things together. Yes, I would. Yes.
I was about asking if that was the police. What about the security disposition?
There is no security dispositions yet, but when I just arrived, we met the Cameroon High Commissioner to the UK, who is Abet Fotabong. We just met him. He was not on record, but we just met him, and he was so lively and he was so friendly. And he was just saying, "Oh, we are Cameroonians. I just want to wish you guys the best, and I'm hoping that everything is going to be peaceful." He wasn't like being confrontational or saying that you shouldn't do this, but he told us that Cameroonians told the protesters who were gathering already that yes, they're allowed to do that because we are all Cameroonians, and it's okay to come out and protest. It's okay to do that as long as the rules and regulations are respected, as long as there's no violence. So that is what he said. But I asked him a question.
That's the kind of discussion. That's the kind of discussion he can have when he's out of the country. In Cameroon, there's no official that can say this.
Right. So it was so different. It was like something very different because we don't get to see that every day, to see an official who comes to talk to you, comes to greet you. He greeted the protesters and said he is playing his like a neutral party because he's a diplomat. And I asked him a question, "Are you afraid to lose your job?" And he said, "No, he isn't. He is a diplomat, and he is." I won't go further, but that is all he said. He was very, very, welcoming and, receptive, and he just said no violence and that everything should be peaceful.
It's nice to note that the ambassador had such polite, kind, and welcoming words. But two things crossed my mind. The first, as Hansen has mentioned, is he is not in Cameroon. He is out of Cameroon. That might have changed his tone. And the second thing is he's not under the direct management or administration of Atanganji Paul, because from Atanganji Paul's declarations, he is very firm, and I don't think anyone who works directly under him can have such a posed, welcoming, and intelligent approach to anything. Because look at the governors, the SDOs, and the GOs. They are all threatening. They are not coming out to talk to people as if people have a right to even think. They come out with threats, bullying, and making people fear. So, well, thank God for the ambassador. We hope that he sends the message back to Yaoundé that is how democracy should be, and democracy should let people express their minds the way they want and how they want it, but within the confines of the law.
We actually had that conversation. I'm glad that you mentioned that, Bernard, because we're talking like, okay, this is a diplomat. People like Atanganji, if he's no longer Minister of Cameroon today, which organization would employ him? That's the question. Who is going to employ him? I mean, from which organization? If he decides to say, okay, he's presenting his CV maybe to the UN or maybe, I don't know, wherever, which organization would employ him? But this is a diplomat who's, he's got his huge profile. He's keeping a low profile as well, but also understanding both sides, where people are coming from. He is having that capability to work elsewhere. It doesn't matter whether he's working as a high commissioner here or elsewhere. So that's the big difference between the two. It's a huge difference here. So we can hear already the noise from the background. I'll go to one of the protesters and talk to them just to find out what they are doing here. We already have, hello, Michael Taki.
Hello.
So why are we here today?
Actually, today we are respecting the call from the President-elect, His Excellency, Mr. Issa Tchiroma Bakary, to stand up against tyranny, stand up against fraud, to stand up for the free ballot box to be maintained. So we are here at the Cameroon High Commission in London, Hollands Park, to say enough is enough and Biya must go.
Thank you so much. And what do you want to achieve? How long are we going to be here?
We're going to be here as long as we can, especially for today. But this is just the beginning. until such a moment where the regime says they cannot more hold on. So until they leave, this is just the beginning. And we are even also telling the regime that you may be thinking this is a joke. It's just the beginning. Today is day one of events that are going to continue until you leave. So we are here and we'll continue to stay here. Well, today is Sunday and it's the beginning, like I said. So we will be here.
Yes, and for Cameroonians are probably mobilizing back home, but there's a lot of security, threats. People are scared to even go out because soldiers are everywhere. What is your reaction when you see how, contrary to how we can protest, people are going out here and protesting, but it's not the same situation back home. What is your reaction?
I think it's really sad. What I want to just say directly to our security officials, the gendarme, the police, and the military. This fight is not only for us, it includes you. You are supposed to be completely apolitical. You're not supposed to be involved. This is a political matter. It doesn't concern you. You are supposed to give us the security that we deserve. Because you are for the people. You are not for any individual elected president. You are for the people. Even if Mr. Tchiroma was to become the president tomorrow, today as it is, you will not be for him. You will be for the people. You will make sure the people are safe. So you cannot respect a single individual's command to torture the same people that you are supposed to protect. Unfortunately, to my brothers and sisters, you are in this situation back home. We are safe here because this is a country that respects democracy. They respect the rights to civil or peaceful demonstration. We also expect you guys to be as peaceful as you can. Remember, Mr. Issa Tchiroma Bakary had said, it is a peaceful demonstration. There is no need to panic. Just maintain that peace that we deserve, all of us, from you. And for the officials, the security officials, please, do not molest the people that you are supposed to be protecting, because this fight is not against or is not about you. It is about injustice in our society.
Okay, thank you so much for your message, Michael Take. Michael Take is there stressing the need for people to be allowed to go out and protest. Hansen and Bernard, I should know that when it comes to protests here in the diaspora, you see security forces like kind of guiding or guarding those who are protesting instead of trying to molest them. So what we see out here and what happens back home is day and night, completely different. So that's why it's strange to see that when people are trying to go out and, call out injustice, call out, electoral fraud, people are being prevented from doing that. Here is the contrary. Of course, Bernard and Hansen know that. But we have one of the protesters who's just arrived. So we'll try to share from her what is bringing her here today and what is her message. Hello.
Hello, Mimi. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Please, can you introduce yourself?
My name is, people know me as Ballet Blanche. Yes. I'm one of the BAS UK member. Yeah.
So can you tell us why this protest today is important to you as a Cameroonian?
As a Cameroonian, this protest is very important for me because we have to change something in our country. We know that things has not been well at all. And now that people have voted for someone, the government should understand that it's their time to leave and that we need to change our country. So that's why I'm out today to ask them to leave, to free our country and let us rebuild it.
So when you're talking about freeing the country, are you saying that Biya should go and that Issa Tchiroma Bakary should be president?
Yes, we need something new. Even if Issa Tchiroma is not the best, we need to hear another name than Biya name. Yeah, because we have been hearing Biya, but we are not seeing any development. So we need our country to change.
Why do Cameroonians need to come out to let the president go? I mean, after an election in a country that the government itself has described as democratic, why should people come out to protest?
Because of fraud. We already know, seeing the way things are going, we already understand that they cannot live by their own, that we need to push them. We need to make them understand that we don't want them anymore because they are not doing things right. They are not respecting our vote. So we need to push them. That's why we need to go out and tell them that what they are doing is not right, and that we have decided that they won't be our leaders anymore.
So what if the message is not heeded to? If no one listens to you, what happens?
What will happen is that we will continue to protest until they listen to us, because it's the only way we can do things. We cannot start burning our country or whatever, but we need to talk. Our voice is there to be heard.
Okay.
And we are not protesting to be arrested or to be killed.
Okay.
They need to listen to us.
Thank you so much, Valem Blanche. Bernard and Hansen, do you still have time for me, or should I go and come back?
I think we can have you at some point again, because we have a guest in the studio, Professor. We have a guest in the studio, Prof. What's his name? Hansen. Yeah, Professor Nicodemus Fruawasum. We have him in the studio, and Mimi, we are hoping to see you in a bit after we talk with Prof, so you can give us updates as mobilizations are mounting up in London. Hansen, you're muted. You're welcome, Professor Nicodemus Fruawasum. Prof seems to be muted, to be frozen.
I guess he's on ground zero, if I'm not mistaken.
Possibly. And I'm receiving information that the internet bandwidth has been reduced. So it's possible that connections with the home front is not going to be as smooth as we expect it to be.
So let's now move over to Yaoundé to get to our reporter who is on the ground. Welcome to join us. Now, can you tell us what is happening exactly where you are right now?
Oh, thank you very much, Hansen. Thank you for having me. Hello, Bernard. I think in Yaoundé is like Mimi has already said, Yaoundé and Cameroon in general. Currently, I think things are still a little bit very, very timid in Yaoundé for obvious reasons, we know especially. I think judging from what I have seen so far, comparing Yaoundé especially to other towns, I think the security situation in Yaoundé, the security has been boosted up to the maximum, because when you hear a lot of these of the people in authority speak, I think Yaoundé to them is the main target. They are so fearful of what can happen in Yaoundé, and so they want to militarize Yaoundé as much as possible. When I was moving in the streets today in Yaoundé, I realized that the town has been, the military personnel on ground has been boosted up to its maximum. And I think it has worked a little bit on the psychology of inhabitants of Yaoundé, because a lot of people are currently in a mood of uncertainty. They are not in that mood of uncertainty because they are maybe okay with the state of affairs, but I think they are still a little bit timid. But I'm very positive that by the time that the day goes on, the atmosphere is going to be a little better. I spoke with some persons a couple of days ago about this, and they were categorical. They are not happy with what is going on. They are not happy with the state of affairs in Cameroon right now, and they want to do what it is possible in order to see that things change. But the thing now is, Yaoundé, being the major town in Cameroon, being the capital of the country, is it's almost like the last bus stop for the Biya regime. So I think all the security has been really boosted up in this town to make sure that no matter what happens, Yaoundé still has some level of control. And I think that is what they have done. And currently, people are disgruntled, but I think so far it's still very timid in Yaoundé.
So thank you very much. We will be going on to Marwa. We shall be coming back to you just in a moment. Marwa correspondent Amadou Dairo is already on the ground. Amadou Dairo, Bonjour.
Oui, bonjour.
Qu'est-ce qui se passe à Maroua à cet instant?
À Garoua, je suis à Garoua.
Ah, tu es déjà à Garoua. Qu'est-ce qui se passe maintenant?
Bon, il faut dire qu'on attend, on attend d'un moment à l'autre, comme il était prévu, lancer la marche à 15h30 ici à Garoua, ville natale du président national du FSNC, Issa Tchiroma Bakary. Je crois que d'un moment à l'autre, mais il faut dire que la ville est totalement quadrillée. Et puis, dans les différents carrefours de la ville, on retrouve la gendarmerie et la police qui sont postés partout. Et puis, on attend parce que normalement, la marche doit quitter de la résidence de Issa Tchiroma Bakary qui se trouve à Marouaré, à moins d'1 kilomètre du centre-ville de Garoua avant de prendre cette marche. Mais ce que nous pouvons vous signaler ici, les itinéraires n'ont pas été donnés pour plus de sécurité. Nous attendons seulement qu'elle soit lancée avant de voir qu'est-ce qui sera fait. Est-ce que c'est une marche pacifique qui sera encadrée par les forces de défense et de sécurité? Je crois que déjà, comme il a souligné hier, Issa Tchiroma Bakary a demandé à ses militants, ses partisans, aux Camerounais de faire une marche pacifique, de ne pas casser, de ne pas brûler quoi que ce soit, de faire une marche pacifique pour prouver leur mécontentement envers le régime du président Paul Biya.
Et maintenant, est-ce qu'il y a les gens qui se retrouvent de plus en plus à Garoua, dans la ville, quand tu regardes autour de toi?
Oui, autour de moi, il faut dire qu'il y a une sorte de calme qui règne. Il y a une sorte de calme qui règne. Ce qu'on peut comprendre aujourd'hui, c'est une marche pacifique. Est-ce que ceux-là vont sortir? Parce que, comme je vous ai dit, la ville est presque calme. Peu de motos seulement circulent. On ne voit pas de véhicules. La ville est presque morose. Mais il y a quand même les forces de défense postées dans tous les carrefours. Est-ce que cette marche aura lieu? C'est la question qui reste posée. Nous-mêmes, nous attendons d'abord pour voir est-ce que la marche sera effectivement, cette marche aura lieu.
Et quand tu regardes la présence des forces de sécurité, est-ce qu'il y a, tu vois l'intention qu'ils vont utiliser les gaz lacrymogènes? Est-ce qu'ils sont calmes? Est-ce qu'ils sont un peu stressés? Est-ce que tu peux nous décrire comment ils sont?
Oui, surtout quand on essaie de voir seulement la police habillée, ils ont des casques, ils ont des contre-balles. Là, on ne peut pas déterminer est-ce qu'ils vont utiliser la gaz lacrymogène. Non, pour le moment, on ne sait pas. Mais ils sont habillés en tenue de combat avec des matraques. Mais ce qu'on peut souligner ici, ils n'ont pas des armes. Parce que comme la police que nous avons observée, aucune police n'a porté l'arme. Ils n'ont que des matraques, des contre-balles et des casquettes.
Ok.
Dairo, as-tu eu à causer avec certains éléments de la police ou de la gendarmerie?
Pardon?
As-tu eu à causer avec certains éléments de la gendarmerie ou de la police?
Oui, de la police, oui, parce que dans la police, on retrouve beaucoup plus certains visages qu'on reconnaît, qui, eux, sont là seulement pour cadrer et accompagner les manifestants pour cette marche pacifique, les accompagner sur les itinéraires qui ont été choisis jusqu'à l'arrivée finale et puis disperser ces manifestants.
Est-ce que tu as l'impression que Issa Tchiroma Bakary va aussi marcher aujourd'hui? Est-ce que tu as l'impression qu'il va sortir?
Non, c'est d'ores et déjà, je vous confirme qu'il ne va pas sortir parce que vous savez, depuis quelques jours, la sécurité de personnes civiles ont été renforcées devant son domicile. Il ne va pas sortir. Je crois que ce n'est que les militants du FSNC, pour ceux qui ont soif de ce changement, qui vont marcher aujourd'hui.
Et quand tu causes avec les Camerounais dans les rues de Garoua, qu'est-ce qui te donne comme impression? Est-ce qu'ils sont prêts à sortir ou bien la présence excessive des forces de maintien de l'ordre les empêche de sortir?
Vous savez, aujourd'hui, il faut comprendre, selon nos investigations sur le terrain, vous savez, il y a 3 groupes aujourd'hui. Il faut diviser, c'est-à-dire ce nombre de partisans ou de ceux qui veulent le changement, on les divise par 3. Le premier groupe, ceux qui veulent le changement, mais ne veulent pas marcher parce qu'ils ont peur d'être arrêtés, parce que vous savez, les arrestations ont commencé à Maroua comme en Gaoundéré, y compris même à Garoua. Donc j'étais en train de dire, une partie fait le changement, ne veut pas marcher. Il y a un autre groupe qui veut le changement et ont décidé de marcher, quel que soit le prix à payer. Parce que c'est ça. Et le troisième groupe, bien qu'ils veulent le changement et autres, mais restent casés dans leur domicile pour éviter, c'est-à-dire tout contact avec les forces de défense et de sécurité.
D'accord. Merci, Amadou Dairo. Bernard, you have another question?
Yeah, I just had one last question for him. Et le cordon de sécurité humaine qui s'est constitué autour de la maison du président Issa Tchiroma Bakary, as-tu l'impression que ceux qui constituent ce cordon de sécurité vont aussi se déplacer pour la marche?
Non, ils ne vont pas se déplacer. Vous savez, il y a 3 jours, le cordon de sécurité était à 50 mètres du domicile du président Issa Tchiroma Bakary. Hier, déjà, on retrouve déjà 3 points de sécurité allant de 50 mètres, 100 mètres à 150 mètres. Ça veut dire qu'il y a déjà 3 barrières avec des personnes bien plantées. Ce ne sont pas des militaires ni des gendarmes, comme j'étais en train de vous le dire. Ce sont des personnes civiles qui se sont sacrifiées pour surveiller le domicile de Issa Tchiroma Bakary. Mais aujourd'hui, quand on voit la sécurité qui a été renforcée, c'est 3 barrières. Alors qu'il y a 3 jours, il n'y avait qu'une seule barrière à 50 mètres. Aujourd'hui, s'il faut arriver chez Issa Tchiroma, vous avez la première barrière qui est à 50 mètres, la deuxième qui est à 100 mètres et la troisième qui est à 150 mètres.
D'accord, merci beaucoup. Il faut nous trouver les vidéos et les photos, hein. Faut nous envoyer ça pour que nos téléspectateurs voient la situation dans la ville de Garoua. Merci beaucoup, Amadou Dairo.
Ok, bien reçu.
Bernard, that was Amadou Dairo. I mean, a very good situation there. When I spoke with him, I knew he was in Marwa. He had already taken a marathon to Garoua, and that was great because that is the center of operation where the town where Issa Tchiroma Bakary comes from. Our guest just left. Maybe we'll be having him in a jiffy, Bernard.
I bet the internet connections, the internet situation in Yaoundé is not the best, and we enormous gratitude to Amadou Dairo for the reporting he's doing on the ground, and like you say, he's moving across regions, across cities to give us timely updates, so we are aware of what is happening as they happen. And what struck me here are 2 things. The first is the fact that he doesn't think that Issa Tchiroma Bakary is going to march. I know those who are critics of the march would say Issa Tchiroma Bakary should be in the front with his family and his closest allies. That is not how it works. That is not how it works, I'm sorry. In a political situation like this, he is a target. He is a target, and he could be aimed at by a sniper from any distance. So his security, normally, within the electoral period, the government was supposed to have allocated him security resources, that is human resources, financial resources, and logistic resources to protect his own security until the results are declared and sometime after the elections. But since that is not done and his security cannot be guaranteed and his life is even at stake, there is no need for him to increase that security threat on himself. So if he's not going out to march today, that makes sense. And I'm just foreseeing people are going to be critiquing him for not coming out, but what is real is that he needs more security than people can imagine at this material moment.
Exactly. You can see Garoua there. Our technical team says that this is Garoua, some part of Garoua that people are already out. Bernard, I've not seen these images elsewhere, so I think this is Garoua today. I'll have confirmation. Okay. Oh yes, and we also have other images that have started coming in now. We have images from Douala that have been coming in, but as you can see from the screen, we are talking about Garoua. Bernard, is the population is out already? Yeah.
Let's take Prof. Then we come back to the images since Prof's images are not very stable. Hello, Professor Awasum.
Yes, please.
Thank
you
you
hear
for
me?
doing everything possible to join us.
Okay.
So, where are you? The internet seems to be very unstable wherever you are.
Well, I'm in Boya now. Yes, I'm in Boya.
That is fantastic. And what is the temperature out there? You've seen the images we're sharing from Garua, and you probably listened to the correspondence from Garua and Yaoundé, and we have some other images coming out. What is the temperature out there in Boya?
I can't make an assessment now. Yeah, I can't make an assessment because I didn't actually go out. So I can't really make an assessment. But I can make an overall statement about what's happening around the country now. It's an unprecedented form of demonstration in the sense that it cuts across the national territory. And this goes with what we call an unplanned sensitization of people in their own politics. It's unprecedented. It's the first time that this is happening. And this is a pointer to the fact that things might never be the same again. Because for the first time, Cameroonians seem to be touched by their own reality. And the thirst for change is really on the rise, persistently on the rise. So whatever is happening, it is unprecedented, and things will never be the same in our country.
All right, Prof. You are the emeritus professor, and you are president of the Association of Cameroon Returnee Diaspora professors. Now, you said things will never change if things don't go on the right path. Now, but when you look at the reaction from the regime, do you think this was the right thing to do by arresting opposition party leaders?
Definitely, this is not how to solve a problem. The way to solve a problem is dialogue. For one thing, there should be no dichotomy between government, between the military, the security forces, and the people. The security forces are for the people, and the people are for the security forces. You don't need to arrest Aristide Mono, such a young man who has contributed a lot in the political education of this country. Most of us came home here thanks to Aristide Mono, his sensitization, his political education, etc. And we really believe that we are heading towards a new Cameroon. So the issue of arrest is uncalled for because, for one thing, we should understand this country belongs to all of us. This country belongs to the opposition. This country belongs to the government. But our problem, of course, is that all of us want to have space in governance. All of us want to have space in our country. It should not be monopolized by Mr. Biya for 43 years and at his age. So I think intellectuals are simply contributing their role, like Aristide Mono, that please, we want space. Not that people should hide behind Mr. Biya and want to continue governing. So we're simply speaking the gospel truth and nothing but the truth, that Mr. Biya at 92, 93, 94, whatever, you cannot continue. We're speaking the truth that Mr. Biya, you were not involved even in this campaign, so totally off. For reasons we understand, we respect you as a great-grandfather, but at the same time, we pray you to create space for the young. And now let's have a new dispensation. They have a new way of going about things. As intellectual, our contribution is progress of the country, pacific coexistence. We don't need an oligarchy that to be hanging there and lying to the Cameroon people that, oh, they are this and that, they have won this, they have won that. Please, let's be honest. Can a group remain in place forever and expect that Cameroonians should clap for them? Are they telling us that all those troops, the militarization of the whole country, is a celebration of the supposed victory of Mr. Biya, who is not even interested in power? So it is a form of contradiction. For goodness sake, we are also praying and expecting that Aristide Mono and the others who have been arrested by Cameroonians should be released. They are all Cameroonians and they're patriots. They love this country the same way the oligarchy love this country. So please release them. Don't terrorize them. No condition is permanent in this world. We must always remember that. Release those people. They are very, very positive. They are patriotic. They are pro-Cameroon. And their crime, if any, is that they have a from the ruling class. So I think that we look at this we should look at this matter sympathetically. We really have to come together as one person to change the country.
Okay, thank you, Prof. As you can get from the background, we have another reporter all the way to Yaoundé. Prof, will be coming back to you. Now, Mane, bon après-midi.
Good afternoon, Anson. Good afternoon, all the members of the crew. Good afternoon, all the reporters in the field.
Yes. So what's happening where you are right now?
Exactly, I'm standing at Mbombo Deuxième. After having moved around some of the major main areas in Yaoundé, I just came at Mbombo Deuxième. But what I can really say from what I've observed, happening presently in Yaoundé is that there is calm and serenity. I haven't seen a high military disposition here, especially apart from some areas that I just got update that the military has erected some barracks, like going to the Avenue Jean Paul II, that is where we call Carrefour, and also Carrefour and at the Brigitterie neighborhood. You know, at the Brigitterie, it has been a lot of fidgeting. There has been a lot of commotion at that particular area. But from the look of things, what I can see happening in Yaoundé presently from the cities areas I've passed, people are really on their guard. People are really, the town is very slow. The movement is very slow. Most of the people are in their houses. And you can see that taxis that are circulating in Yaoundé, they don't even have passengers. No, because people are afraid to come out. People are really afraid to come out from their houses because of the fear of unknown. You know, people have been waiting for 3 p.m. because 3 p.m. was the time that former minister
Issa Tchiroma Bakary.
Issa Tchiroma Bakary announced that there will be a peaceful protest. Up till now, I've not seen. Some people were waiting for that time, and up now, I've not seen any. I've not seen any. But what is for sure is that Yaoundé is on his guard. Yaoundé is on total alert. People, I happen to speak with some people, and what people told me is that this type of creating such an atmosphere is not what should be. But the problem is that people are afraid of what will be Cameroon again in the next 7 years. Because people are coming out from, we have given in 7 years that the president seems to be very absent. Nothing has been happening in Cameroon. We don't know. They don't know who was ruling Cameroon. Nothing. And for the past 7 years, there has not been any major, any government reshuffling. And then we are going in for another 7 years. Why not a change? Why there should not be a change? They want that change. They are not ready to go in for that normal 7 years again. It will be a country that is under stagnation. But everybody is really afraid to say something. People are afraid to say something, and people are afraid to go out. And because there are militaries that are moving around, and some are disguised in non-military uniform, and you don't know who is who moving around. But what has been said in Yaoundé is that people should go on with their activities until 11 p.m. at some quarters. Some quarters, the military was there to ask people to go indoors before 7 p.m. And I just got somebody who told me that in their quarter there was heavy military presence there yesterday. And they were asked to go indoors. But for now, things are very calm. We haven't had any agitation. We've not had any news of agitation or marching or peaceful demonstration.
That's from that.
And we hope
Yes, Mane, that's from where you are. Where are you standing exactly?
I'm standing exactly at Mbombo Obesh after a source neighborhood.
Okay.
After a source neighborhood, yeah.
All right.
So I'm
Okay.
standing at Mbombo at the main road.
Yeah, Bernard, you are muted.
Yeah.
Yes, Mane. Since Tchiroma did not give any directives on how the protest should be, did you see any people like in a particular color, maybe just wearing white, some wearing black, or people gathering around the neighborhoods? Did you see any form of people acting in a particular way that could speak as if they're talking one language?
Exactly. I passed at Rompo Longa because that was where I was really looking at. Because there was gathering, it should be at that. If there is any gathering, it should be at that particular point. But what I saw there was just a group of police already, in their normal defensive way. They are there at Rompo Longa. But I haven't seen any gathering. I haven't seen anybody standing or group of people standing for or putting on something.
Okay.
As I said, Yaoundé is quite a very heavy, is the capital, and people, I don't know, maybe something will come out the next hours or next minute. Nobody knows.
That's fine.
Okay. Have you spoken to any individuals?
As of now, from Rompo Longa right where I am, I didn't meet any.
Okay. Have you spoken with any individuals about the protests or about the demonstrations to get the feeling?
Yeah, I really spoke to some few who are really courageous. But as I mentioned, talking here is very difficult because people are really afraid to say so. And they think when I get to them, they know I'm a journalist. They started saying they think I've been sent by the party. I've been sent by CPDM or by those in authority, and they become very aggressive. But there are some that are courageous. I just share my points with them, and they said they are ready to go out. But they are ready if they see a crowd. If people are going, the problem is who will take the first front. People like someone told me that if he sees people going in front, and I asked him, who are you expecting to go in front before you follow? That people have that desire, people have that intention of doing, but somebody wants who to take somebody to start in front before the rest follow. But there are some who are saying that there is no need. Some are saying that there's no need of doing it. But there are some who have really, that I spoke with, 4 people that I spoke with, and from different backgrounds, they said a protest should be something normal. A protest should not be something that in a democratic society that we are, it should be a problem.
Thank you.
Citizens should be able to express their point of view,
You're right.
but in a very, very peaceful and Republican manner. Not
Thank you.
destroying.
Thank you, Mane.
They are not for. Nobody should destroy, but they should be allowed people to manifest, to demonstrate, to express their minds peacefully without doing anything.
Thank you very much, Mane. We shall be coming back to you subsequently. Bernard, Yaoundé is gearing up timidly, while Douala is already ready. We have information coming from Douala. So you can understand that things are already happening. And Mimimefo is coming to join
I
us
just
now.
wanted to give an update because here at the Holland Park in London, the police just came in, but you can see how calm it is. They're just having a conversation with the population. I'll just stay quiet and you just see what is happening.
That's the problem. These people want to run our country. So are you ready to somebody to run the country? You don't want to run the country, is that right? You do. So I understand. We don't like it. They really are. I can see they should be in the care home.
Those are the heads of our country right now.
Yes, it's the truth.
The judge.
Basically, it's time for a refresh. You know what I mean? And yeah, we want to clean sheet. We want to get them out.
That's what I said. Yeah, I think it's time.
So are you agreed to taking them out?
What we say, we're retired.
Yeah, they should be retired. Anyway, when you come back and bring some coffee, we're going to deal with that.
So who do you say is coming in?
Pardon?
Who do you say is the incoming?
This is a nice guy. Excuse me. This is the guy who won the election. 100%. He won the election. Now they say if you open the map, they're going to zip it. They're going to put you in detention. Now, actually, inside the house, it's run by the army force. They say if you pay out, they take you in detention. How come you're going to take somebody who win the election? Because corruption, everything.
My question is, we just have a 93-year-old as the Prime Minister in the UK.
So is that?
We bought a 93-year-old as the Prime Minister in the UK. Who did I vote?
If you don't get involved
I see.
So,
Okay, so Bernard and Hansen, you can see that communication between the police that just arrived here and Cameroonians who are out here protesting. You could even hear the policeman saying that, oh no, 92 years is too old. He needs to be taken out. But you know, police officers are apolitical. They cannot involve in politics. They are just here to maintain calm and ensure that there is no violence and that nothing is destroyed. But as you can see, Cameroonians are saying that they are not here for violence. They are just here to send across that very pertinent message, just to tell the regime that is in place to leave because another person has taken over HUD. And we are not sure whether it's going to be happening today or tomorrow, but they say here that they are so determined to see President Paul Biya go, and that more than 40 years is a lot. 92 years is already too old for President Paul Biya to continue to be in leadership, and they will not stop until leadership changes in the country. So that has been the message so far. I've sent some videos of them speaking so emotionally. The messages were so strong. From London, here where I am joining you, more Cameroonians are coming. You can see that the numbers keep increasing. More people are coming just to join this protest called by Issa Tchiroma Bakary himself to call for an end to dictatorship, an end to, electoral fraud. And they are saying that contrary to what prevailed in 2018, they have the right now, they have the proofs that someone else won and not President Paul Biya. They have the power that they have are the PVs that they have, the election results that they have from the different regions of the country. So this time around, they are speaking with a lot of proofs, and they are not speaking just based on, emotions and hearsay. They have concrete and tangible proofs. So I want to talk to just one person who has also just joined us. He was having a very strong message to Cameroonians here, and even those who are back home, saying that those who are in the diaspora are inciting people. You had a very strong message when you were speaking. You were talking about Cameroonians who are saying that those in the diaspora are trying to incite those from back home. Can you tell us again what your message was, why you decided to focus on that?
Yes, my point was some Cameroonians, they think we in the diaspora were inciting insurrection in Cameroon, whereas the message has always been clear. It's about peace, it's about protesting peacefully. And nowhere in the world, and there is no democracy where a peaceful protest is considered as a threat or a crime. And we are here to set that example because the people have put it this way, put it simple. The government and some opposition parties have always encouraged the people to register massively and vote. So when you express that vote, now you acknowledge that they are trying to rig your vote. What is the least thing you can do? You cannot sit home, you cannot sit quiet and just let people kind of manipulate, do some fraudulent exercise in front of you without saying anything. Why is it that when you open your mouth to reclaim your vote or your right to talk, to vote, I mean, what's democracy? You have that liberty, that freedom of expression. Why is it that if you express yourself differently from what the Atangangis and the government they expect, why should they treat you as a criminal? So we are here to tell also those people back home in Cameroon who believe that if you want to protest, you should come home and protest. That's it's a ridiculous argument because Cameroon is also represented abroad. That is why Cameroonians abroad also have the right to register and to vote. So if you have the right to vote abroad, it means you equally have the right to protest wherever in the world or wherever you voted. You can go out there and protest. Protesting doesn't mean everyone should come to Cameroon and protest. And we are here to pave the way and tell the people that fear is the least thing that should remain in your mind, because this government, they've always ruled us with fear. And that fear now, as they say in French, la peur a changé de camp. Et nous n'allons pas laisser notre victoire voler par ce régime qui nous a toujours maltraités, torturés, manipulés et intimidés pendant plus de 40 ans. Assez, c'est assez. Thank you, Mimi.
Okay, thank you so much. Please just introduce yourself briefly before.
Well, my name is, you can call me BBA. My name is Benjamin Binme. I'm from Iso, the Menchum division in the Northwest province. And something that really angers me, that really pains me, is for the CPDM to come and tell people that in the Northwest, Paul Biya won Issa Tchiroma. That is inconceivable. That is not possible, because just take Issa Tchiroma, as far as I'm aware of, is the only politician who's had that guts, that courage to come and face the people of the Northwest. He acknowledged what he did wrong and he begged for forgiveness. Just that alone is significant. And that is why we cannot accept that Paul Biya, who has always, Paul Biya has always had that disregard, that non-respect. That is, what's that name again? He just that arrogance. He just treats the people of the Northwest as animals. This is the same guy that we make the fun of funds. This is the same guy who told us, Bamenda is my second home. If this is how someone should treat his second home, the way he's been treating the people of Bamenda, then I'm so sorry. I'd rather have Kotobas to have Bamenda as his second home and not Paul Biya. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I just want to come to you because I saw you speaking to the security forces. What was the conversation about?
Yeah, well, the officers were telling me that because I was saying that Biya's tenancy at A2D has expired and that Cameroonians have given him a quit notice and they're asking him to peacefully leave. And that if he doesn't leave, he will be evicted. And so I made a reference to Nepal and Senegal and Madagascar, and they were saying, well, they hope that I wasn't inciting. I said, no, far from it. It's just a warning, a nice warning telling Biya that, well, we might not have control of the situation if they don't leave. Or if Biya is declared winner tomorrow, we might not have control anymore. Because Cameroonians in their millions who voted and saw their votes being stolen, saw their mandates being stolen, might just go out of control. I wish it doesn't come to that. And I had to take time to explain to them that Biya is hoping that it gets to that, because he did that with the Anglophone crisis. And we saw how it degenerated. And I don't want that, because it's my region of origin. And I don't want the whole of Cameroon to get to the situation where the Anglophone region.
So just briefly, what is the key message today?
The message is simple. Cameroonians are tired of a 92-year-old person sitting on top of the country and doing absolutely nothing instead of dragging the country down. Biya is not fit to govern. It's been clear over the last 7 years since he took a mandate in 2018. He's not been to any of the 10 regions. He's not been there. So basically, Biya doesn't govern anymore. And on October 12th, Cameroonians from across the national territory and in the diaspora spoke overwhelmingly. They used the ballot, the most peaceful way possible to tell Biya that his term is over. And we are just asking simple, the Constitutional Council should respect the will of the Cameroonian people and announce the rightful winner of the last elections. If they cannot do that, then they should call for a recount at the very least, and let it be with the evidence from the ballot boxes and not the evidence that they created at the electoral offices and the things that we've seen over the internet over the last 2 weeks. So that's all we're asking. We are asking peacefully, calmly, and gently that the Biya regime should respect themselves. They've done enough damage to Cameroon as it is. They took a peaceful country and in 5 regions are now in conflict. They took a country that was thriving and now everything in Cameroon is deteriorating. Cameroonians die more from road accidents than people die in a war zone. Yes, we cannot allow that to continue to happen.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'll certainly be coming back. And Hansen and Bernard, yes, that is the atmosphere. I'm just going in front so that you can see the crowd from behind, because I've seen people asking, where are the protesters? You can see the crowd here in London. That is precisely in Holland Park, where Cameroonians have come out on the eve of the official proclamation of results of the 12th of October presidential election to say no to dictatorship and that it is time for Biya to step aside because he did not win the election. Whether the Constitutional Council would declare in favor of Biya or in favor of Issa Tchiroma Bakary, only time will tell, and we'll only get to know about that tomorrow. So I'll be signing out for now, probably coming back if something else comes up. Thank you.
All right. We love to, when you come back, we'd love to have people. We'd love you to shift your camera.